Well, in July 1979, you were approaching the end of your run in Calgary, and on the way, you'd work 2 matches against the NWA World Heavyweight Champion and the toughest man to ever walk God's green earth. We're talking about Harley Race. Jake, to say that this is a big opportunity would be an understatement, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was incredible, man. I couldn't believe when I found out that I was going to be wrestling him. It was really a magic moment. And I was scared to death.
I cannot begin to imagine.
Because I just didn't feel like I would measure up to it.
Mm-hmm.
But that just goes to show you how good he was. He made me look like $1 million.
What kind of reputation did Harley have in wrestling as far as you knew up to this point? Like, was he already at that point where he's like this super, super upper echelon, highly respected performer?
Absolutely.
And when you hear that you're going to be working a match for the NWA title, I mean, this is your first shot ever at the NWA title, right?
Right.
Obviously nervousness, but did you feel like you were going to be able to stand in there and compete with a guy like Harley Race?
I had my fingers crossed that I would, but I didn't see how I could. But much to my dismay, that night they got us together and said, we want you to go Broadway.
Oh, man.
What? 60 minutes through?
Holy shit.
Holy fuck. And that's what we did, 60 minutes through.
Had you ever gone 60 minutes before?
No.
What was it like? Obviously, I've just started wrestling, and so stepping into the ring for 10 minutes is like, it's exhausting. It really takes a toll on your body. Like, what do you do to get ready for when they tell you, hey, you're going to wrestle for 60 minutes?
You pray a lot. Do pray a lot, man, because getting in the ring for 60 minutes takes a little bit of work, a lot of work. And thank God I had somebody like Harley Race to lead me through it. He led me through the thing, and that was pretty awesome.
Now, I have to imagine there's a lot of rest holds and stuff like that to give both of you. You were both smokers at the time, so I've got to imagine you're both kind of getting winded here and there and just grab a hold and wait, right?
Yeah.
Well, you actually worked 2 matches with Harley during this period. He made a visit to the territory, and the first one is in Butte, Montana, which is
Butte, Butte, Montana.
I was like, what a weird name for a town, Butte, Montana. Okay, you guys were in Butte, Montana, and then you'd work again 2 days later in Calgary on July 13th. Mm-hmm. Before you step into the ring, like again, you're scared. This is nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And Harley he's this guy with this great reputation. You're still fairly new to the business. Are you coming up to him before the match like, hey, what would you like to do tonight, Mr. Racer? How does that go?
I just kept my mouth shut.
Okay. So you go up to him, shake his hand, introduce yourself, and just trust that he's going to call it all in the ring.
Yep.
Well, Harley's he's a big star during this time, but you're the local hero. Was the audience booing him as they were supposed to, or was his star too bright at the time?
Yeah, they were booing him.
Okay. Well, that means that you're doing your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when these matches are over, is Harley taking the time to come up to you and tell you what you did right or wrong, or how does that look?
Yeah, he did, man. He came and talked to me after the show, man, and was quite impressed. He said my timing was good, that I fought back at the right times. I sold at the right times. I showed him a little spark. So it was a good feeling, man.
And he's of that old school mindset, and this is something I'm really coming to learn right now with ring veterans, is like they won't give you anything. You've got to kind of take some stuff when you're in the ring,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So when he tells you that you fought back at the right times, that means he'll give you a little opening, and if you don't see it, he'll just fucking eat you alive, but you would see it and take advantage of it.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. The fact that you're able to hang in there with Harley Race that early in your career, just very impressive. And again, really speaks to the fact that you were beginning to find yourself as a performer during this time.
Well, it didn't shock anybody anymore besides me.
Awesome.
I was able to do it. I was shocked that I was able to do 60 minutes. I was shocked that I hung in there and made it happen. And I was amazed at what he could do with somebody. You know, he can make them look so good and them not be even close to what he's throwing out there.
Wow. Just like the way he would sell for you, or what kind of stuff was he doing?
The way he would sell for me, the way he would set things up. This is the whole thing, man.
In later years, you'd spend time around Harley, I'm sure many occasions, and certainly in the WWF. Did you and he ever discuss these early matches?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He told me he always knew I was going to make it.
Holy shit, what a great thing to hear from a guy like Harley Race.
It was, man.
Well, it's a big milestone in your career for sure. Coming out of it, would you say that working with him taught you anything or made you better?
Oh, he taught me a shit ton, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Timing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just the whole thing, man. It was a work of art.
They always say the only way for you to get better is to step into the ring with somebody who's better than you are, and sounds like that's what happened that night.
Absolutely it, too. That's the truth.